Hello, party people. This video is going to be minimally edited except for the intro and the outro, and it's going to be a bit of a ranty video. So, yeah, just a heads up before you actually get into this video if you actually want to watch it or not. Alright, so I don't know if you guys can see. I am currently in the kitchen. It is not clean. This is what happens every week because, life is life. Been lifing for a while, and we're just figuring it out as we go. Every day, this video is going to be a bit of a ranty video because I enjoy making YouTube videos and I want to continually be consistent, but sometimes I'll be like, what am I going to record? I don't really have anything planned. But, I just decided we're friends now, right? Or we're going to be friends if you're watching this video. I decided this is going to be a chatty, ranty video because, sometimes, even though I am in therapy, I go to therapy every Monday, every other week, sometimes you just still got to talk it out because I probably could do therapy a little bit more, but then that takes away time for other stuff that I need to do. And, we use the tools that we have and the time that we have. But, kind of wanted to do a health update because talking about it helps me deal and cope. I think I've mentioned before that I definitely have mentioned it before, that I have ulcerative colitis, which is an autoimmune disease that affects my lower GI tract and my colon. And I may have mentioned it in other videos before this year that in January, after I came back from Hawaii, I had a flare up. Don't know why it started. Don't know what I ate. Don't know what I did. But flare up, nonetheless, that I've been dealing with. I was able to manage it for 2 years off of medicine, and now I'm back taking medicine. 2 pills twice a day is what I'm supposed to be doing. Of course, I'm hard-headed, and because I don't like putting pharmaceuticals in my body and stuff, because it's like, what are the long-term effects of this? I don't want my body to be dependent on it all the time. I obviously was able to handle this for 2 years without having any issues. So there should be a way now for me to still handle it. So no, I haven't been taking my medicine the way that I have to. I started out doing it that way until I wasn't really having any symptoms, which TMI, cover your ears if you don't want to hear this part, but one of the main symptoms that I have when I know that I'm having a flare-up is bloody stools, which is not great. But I did it until I was no longer having those symptoms. So now I'm just taking 2 pills once a day instead of continually doing the 2 pills twice a day, because another thing that annoys me is that my doctor keeps having to reschedule, and I understand life be life for everybody and you have to reschedule and stuff like that, but it's like, well, you were supposed to meet a month. Originally, I was supposed to see him soon after I came back, so I was dealing with it without any medicine because he had rescheduled the appointment on me, so I didn't see him until February. And then he was like, oh, we're going to do this for a month and see how that works. But then he canceled my month follow-up, which was to see how the medicine is working, if we need to lower it and stuff like that. The appointment is not rescheduled until May. And I was supposed to see him at the beginning of this month, which is March, for the month follow-up. March, April, and then mid-May. That's almost 3 months of taking a whole bunch of medicine that I may not even need to be taking. So I've made the executive decision that, okay, I'm not going to completely stop taking the medicine, but 2 pills twice a day, I don't necessarily need to do that because my symptoms are getting back under control. So I did that. And I understand that there's some people that's like, no, you shouldn't do that. You should just listen to your doctor and this, that, and the other. But unfortunately, my history with the medical system and learning how to advocate for myself, and one of the first gastros that I ever had telling me, well, I don't fully know what the correlation is, but it seems like some people who smoke cigarettes have less issues with their ulcerative colitis, like saying stuff like that, like, okay, potentially get addicted to nicotine and smoking cigarettes and all the negative effects and potential health issues that can come from smoking cigarettes and an autoimmune disease. Like, why would you tell somebody to start smoking cigarettes? Like, yeah, things like that is why I'd be like, okay, I'm going to listen to my body and I'm going to decide things and I'm going to consult with my doctor because that's what it is a consultation, like, because they don't ever fully know what's going on with your body. Like, you have to advocate for yourself and let them know, and you guys find what works, what you're willing to do and not do. So there's that. But then there's a new health problem that has arisen. So, and it's partially me doing too much, but I made a video about me starting the personal training with Kickoff and doing that. And then I always do extra stretches and stuff like that. And I had originally planned like, oh, I'm going to do a video, a series of me working on getting my back bend walkover back over and working on my flexibility and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure it's from like working on my back bends and stuff, messed up my back. So, and at first I didn't put 2 and 2 together. I just thought, oh, I'm tired. I just need to stretch a little bit more when my back started hurting. So when that started hurting a little bit, I thought it was just, oh, I'm just tired from the workout that I had and stuff because I was like doing little workouts here and there before I started the personal training. I've only been doing that for like 3 weeks now. And my back had started hurting just a smidge bit before that. But then my left leg, the sciatic nerve started bothering me. So I'm like, okay, what is going on? And then the back pain got increasingly worse. And I've had to call off of work a couple of times because of how bad the pain was or how bad the sciatic nerve was bothering me. And then, like just about the 3 weeks that the pain has been getting worse, I've also been having headaches just about every day. I maybe can count 1 or 2 days where I didn't notice any type of head pain. And it's not like severe bad as in a migraine, because migraines make me sick. But I know it's not a migraine. It's like a headache. I would say like a 5 or 6 in regards to the pain scale, but I still can manage through the day and I don't necessarily have to take medicine with that. But it would be like a quick stabbing, like, okay, let me stop for a minute, take a breath, and then it'll like, no, it'll dull, but then it'll still be like a numbing pain. It'll like come back for a couple of seconds and then keep going and stuff. So when I finally was like, okay, I need to call the doctor and figure out what's going on with that. What was I doing next? Put these ones up. I don't want to do the dishwasher first. So I finally figured out what was that I need to go to the doctor and figure out what the heck is going on with me. I was scheduled for a CT scan for my head and an X-ray for my back and my leg. The bright side is for the CT scan, it seems like everything came back normal based on what I have access to from the imaging center. I still haven't talked to my doctor though yet. They haven't called me about that yet, so that we can make an appointment and go over things and see what needs to happen in regards to me still having headaches, even though it says that they didn't see any tumors. Thank God that they didn't see any tumors or anything like that. But then for my back, apparently I have, it's another word that go with it. It might have been semi-dextroscoliosis, which reading the notes, I think it said that my spine leans a little bit to the right. And then there's something going on with my L5 on my S1. And when I Googled it, it was like, that is where like you can pinch a nerve and stuff like that. Which originally that's what I thought I had did because in high school as a cheerleader, I pinched a nerve in my lower back and the pain was very similar to that. But of course I was like, okay, still want to make sure. I don't want to just assume things. But that basically was like, yeah, you was doing too much and you pinched a nerve. And then somebody at work who I've been talking about with these issues said they might be correlating is that you messed up your lower back and it potentially pinched a nerve or whatever, and that's why you're having headaches. But yeah, it's still like I still have to wait for my doctor to call me to confirm everything and create a plan so that we can get things fixed and I can make sure in regards to the headache, if it is connected to my back, as soon as my back starts feeling better, then hopefully my headaches will go away. Or need to figure out what's going on with the headaches. So health is annoying because it's like you try to do everything that you're supposed to do. Like I've been working out, haven't been eating out as much anymore, like maybe once or twice a week, and it's usually because I didn't take enough food with me to work. So I get hungry and I need more food. But I've been meal prepping and cooking more at home and like buying stuff so that I can make like my own burgers and my own wings and stuff. And I even made like some homemade steak fries to make loaded fries the other weekend because I was craving some loaded fries instead of going somewhere and buying some stuff. So yeah, doing stuff like that, and then you're working out, and I'm drinking more water and stuff like that. And it's like, why does my body just decide not to cooperate with me? I don't understand, and it makes me mad. So that's why I'm like, this is why I need to leave America. And I remember when I first started saying that, or I say that to somebody who maybe never heard me say that before, and they're like, why do you want to go? Why do you want to leave America and this, that, and the other? And it's like, it's my health. Like when I went to study abroad in Spain, that is how I was able to come off of my colitis medicine because I took enough medicine to last me for a year. But then I just started noticing like I wasn't getting bloated. I wasn't having issues with my digestion. I wasn't having any symptoms from my colitis. So I just, as a test, of course, I have enough medicine. I was like, well, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. I can just start taking the medicine back regular how I'm supposed to. So I just started slowly weaning myself off of the medicine, and I was able to go off of the medicine in like half a year of me being in Spain. And then came home and was able to manage it still without the medicine for 2 years while still seeing my gastro, while still letting my gastro know, like, no, I'm not having any issues and anything like that when he's asking me these questions. And yeah, and I literally think it's because of the food. The food is so much cleaner outside of the U.S. And that's what I need in my life. And then with the work culture and the lack of work-life balance and like you gotta kill yourself so that you can try to have freedom, but then after you killed yourself to get freedom, now you're tired and you don't want to do anything. And I want to enjoy life. I enjoy traveling and doing things, but it's always, I gotta work holidays so that I can get extra vacation time. And that's the only way with the job that I'm currently working right now. And then they're always mandating overtime. And it's like overtime should always be a choice. Like I feel like in the movies and stuff, like people choose to work overtime because they want to get ahead in life and they feel like that's what they need to do. If that's what you feel like you need to do, fine. But don't punish the rest of us that don't want to work overtime and be overachievers and stuff like that. And that's what I be feeling like. I be feeling like I be punished. I gotta be here. And I don't want to be here and work. And then I be extra tired. And then just like with this week, we had to work overtime yesterday, which was a Saturday. And so I have been laying in the bed all day. It's almost 3 o'clock, and I'm just now getting up and being productive. And there is a lot of things that I need to get done, but I needed to listen to my body. And especially after, like, with health issues and stuff, it's like, yeah, sure, I could push, but then what is the takeoff? You're already upset and having issues and having anxiety and being all emotional because your health is out of control right now, even though you're trying to control it. Your body obviously needs rest. So You can either keep pushing and feel even worse because your body is not being able to recover like it needs to, or you can give yourself time to recover and just figure out what you can get done and live with that. And I've decided to figure out what I can get done with the time that I have and live with that. Unfortunately, but fortunately. But that's my little ranty part of the video. I'm upset about the health issues that I'm dealing with right now, but I am also working on figuring out how to fix the things to get into a better place, because that's all I can do. Like, I can complain all day long, and people say complaining doesn't help, but venting and complaining does help to just get the emotions and the things off of your chest. What doesn't help is after venting and doing all of that, then you stop trying to work on the solution, which is not what I'm doing. We are working on the solution, trying to figure out the situation. But the good news is I am working on a strategy, currently working on a strategy to create the life and live the life that I want to live, to have the freedom to do everything that I want to do when I want to do it without having to worry about money. I am not ready to fully share what that plan that I am working on is online right now, but of course I will definitely let you guys know when I get to that point and I share. But I definitely am working on something and making the time to do what needs to be done to get to where I need. So I'm thinking 1 to 2 years I will be in the place that I need to be free, how I want to be free. But of course the goal is always to get there sooner than later. So that is what we're working on. What I can share with you guys is it is a entrepreneurial venture that I am working on, so that I can work for myself and be more independent, make my own schedule and things like that, which is great. That is what I need, and that is what I'm working on. And I am excited to eventually get to that place. But then that still brings it around to the being tired and choosing what we're going to do and stuff, because I would love to just spend days working on this entrepreneurial venture and what I want to get done and making it come to life sooner than later. But, you got to do what you got to do. Do what you can do with the time that you have to do it, and that's what I'm trying to work on. But I did also recently find time to start working on some hobbies. So, I mean, Spanish is more than a hobby. I want to use that for career reasons as well. And I've been trying to put a little time in here and there. Like, I'll practice little Spanish phrases. I have the CDs that I keep in my car and do those things and stuff. But one of the other hobbies that I have recently found time for was getting back to crocheting. I'll add the pictures that I took of the things that I recently made on the screen. But it was recently actually like 5 different birthdays that I had in the month of March. Well, that's not convenient. Had this month, and unfortunately 2 people, I wasn't able to make their gifts in time, and they will eventually get gifts from me. They were family members. I will eventually get their gifts, but I want to spend, of course, more time and make it bigger and stuff like that, which is why I haven't gotten to their gifts yet. But the other people were my work friends. Those are the gifts that I had made, and it was like, yes, crocheting is time consuming, but I realized how less stressed I was this week putting time into doing that. So So that's something that I want to do. I want to make time to like do more meditation and stuff as well, and just continue to work on my health and work on creating this free life that I also crave and need to be happy. And in regards to health and stuff, like I know that some people's health problems are way worse than mine, or some people who don't even have jobs and can't even pay their bills. Like I am thankful that I'm not as sick as I could be. I am thankful that I am able to pay my bills. But I also recognize that even though some people may be more blessed than other people or have some abilities that other people don't see, I think it's okay that if you are not content to vocalize it in some type of way, whether that's writing a song, writing a poem, just writing a journal, and generally talking to friends or family or a therapist. Like if you're discontent, it's okay to talk about it. But what's not okay is not working on changing it if it is something that you truly want to change. And I am working on changing what I don't like in my life. I know it's not going to be easy. And I know I'm probably going to start fussing and cussing about why is this so hard and stuff like that. Eventually, at some point, because you got to put in the work. You do have to put in some time to hustle and be tired and stuff. But that's what comes with life because life is not perfect. You can only try and get it as close as the perfection that you want as possible. But yeah, that's basically this video, is that sometimes it's like that. You get a sink full of dirty dishes and you need to clean not only your kitchen, but the rest of the house needs cleaning. You're having health issues or you're having issues with bills, like the financial part of things, the tiredness, because I don't know if you guys can tell how tired I look right now, but you know, I know I'm not the only one that feels like this. And some people may be out there and feel bad about complaining because they're in a better situation than somebody else they know or don't even know, and they just have that mind that there's always somebody in a worse situation. But it's okay to talk to your friends. We're cool, aren't we? It's okay to vent a little bit and get things off of your chest because nobody's life is perfect. Like not even millionaires and superstars and stuff. I'm sure they got friends and families and stuff, and they be complaining about stuff. And yes, you have to choose who you talk to wisely because somebody might be like, girl, boy, you rich. You got this, and this, and you still finding something to complain about. Complaining doesn't always mean that you're ungrateful. You can be discontent with something because, again, life is not perfect. It'll never be. So you can be discontent with something. There is a line where it comes to being ungrateful. I don't feel that I'm at that line. I don't think that a lot of people be at that line of being ungrateful. I think it be discontent. And you do what you can to change it. Unfortunately, you can't change everything, but the things that you can change, we can work on changing. Yeah. I feel a lot better now. I needed that. Thank you guys so much for listening. I actually have therapy tomorrow, and I'm probably going to tell her, like, yeah, I was making a YouTube video, and I was ranting and stuff, and got a lot of stuff off of my chest. And after I was done with all of that I had to say, I felt good. And I mean, the day is like a third of the way over. I'm going to get to cleaning and feed myself and do whatever else I'm going to decide to get done today. But it's so good talking to you guys. You guys are great listeners, and I appreciate it. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and end this video. If anybody was able to relate or there's anything that you would like to vent about, go ahead and leave it in the comments. Like, we can be each other's support system and give advice and stuff like that. I'm down with it. But yeah, let's continue to figure out this life thing together. I'm going to get to these chores. I'll see you guys in the next video.